And finally, at number 1, I have Barony. Now, I do have the new Royal Edition of the game, but I haven't tried any of the new material. I've played only the base game, so I won't be commenting on that extra stuff. But Barony is an older game. It's a dudes on a map game, which you can probably tell from the look and the aesthetic. But it doesn't have all of the area control tropes that you'll normally find in this style of game. So you're not trying to control regions. You're not overly incentivized to be aggressive and attack other players, but it does have this kind of Cold War feel to it, as you are on the kind of Mexican standoffs everywhere. But this one, you are trying to traverse the map with your knights, and then you're trying to set up villages and harvest the resources from those particular plots on the map. And there are several different types of terrain, ranging from how you can move through them, but also ranging on how many resources they'll give you if you build a village on them. But even the more fertile lands do have their weaknesses, because they are a bit more vulnerable to the other players attacking. But what you're trying to do and how you're trying to win this game is you're trying to get as many resources as you can, and then you can convert 15 of those resources, or 15 points worth of resources, into your next noble rank. And you're trying to climb through the ranks and reach top rank before the other players do, or that will at least trigger the end of the game. But this game probably has the best use of terrain in a war style game that I've ever seen, because everything has its strengths and weaknesses, and strategic positioning is paramount in this game. So I love the way that yes, the meadows are so fruitful when it comes to resources, but you can be very vulnerable to attack. You've got the dense wooded areas, which you can move through them, but you can never build castles on them, meaning that you'll never have a spawning point there. Or you've got the mountains, which can only ever hold one unit at a time, meaning that you can build nice blockades that stop people going through, and build like nice defense walls, and so on. I also thought the game struck the balance of how many units you have just perfectly, because you need to be making sure that you are exploiting each of your knights as much as you can, because not only are they going to be your aggressive troops to try and attack opponents' villages and take their resources that they've not cashed in yet, but you need to use them defensively to prevent them coming into your borders. And they also convert into villages, and as soon as you convert them into a village, then they're taken off the board, meaning that they might have to travel again from your castle, which might be a while away. So this game is so beautifully minimalist, and the actions you can choose are so easy to understand. You know, just move troops around the map, spawn new troops, convert them into villages, convert them into castles, or even have like watchtowers, which will act as blockades as well to stop people from traveling through that zones. But again, this game really evokes the feeling of being like a general to me. I love the way that I'm using my troops here to defend my walls, meaning that I'm weaker here. Everything has an opportunity cost, which is what I love about it. When we set up for the first time, we're thinking, well, why don't we just set up in all the big meadow area? Yeah, you might want to do that, but you need to be prepared that you're going to have to spend most of the game holding your troops back, protecting the land you already have, where another player might be just walking around. Yes, they might have more barren land, but they're getting it more unopposed and can just mop up that way instead. This game is just wonderful to me. This is exactly what I like. The combat system is so streamlined, as all you do is, if there's ever two troops against one, then the two will win. Simple as that. There's no fiddliness, there's no dice rolling, there's no little graphs and charts you need to refer to. You can resolve it in a heartbeat, but it just works, and it doesn't take away from any of the excitement. And it really is more of a game of positioning and savviness than anything else. So for me, I've got no idea why this one hasn't passed my table before this, because it has the look I like, it has the style of game that I like. And from early impressions, bearing in mind that I've not played this nearly as much as some of the other games I'm going to mention now, for me this is kind of on the Mount Rushmore level of area control dudes on a map game. I put this one up there with games like El Grande, with games like Wallenstein. It has that real traditional Euro-rich, timeless feel to it, which are the games that I want in my collection. So cannot wait to play more of this one. Scale's great because more players, the bigger the map, and it's punchy as well. This game only takes around an hour to play, which I think is remarkable, but it's strategically rich, it's got depth, it's got layers, The management of everything is just down to you, and that is what I love about Barony. So I could not recommend this one enough. If your tastes align with mine, I think you are going to get a lot out of Barony, and again, I highly recommend it. So that is Barony at number 1.